All right, Mr. Freddy, this second video is going to help you with numbers, I believe, 11, 13, 14, and 17. So let's go ahead and work through number 11 together. It says 2 cubes, each numbered 1 through 6, are thrown. What is the probability that their sum will be 4? That their sum will be 4. Use the table of sums to help you determine your answer. So first we have to actually create the table of sums. Sum means to add, so we're going to have to get all our outcomes when we add up. Let's say on the first die you roll a 1, and on the next one you roll a 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. To fill in this chart, you always go all the way to the top and all the way to the left. So if you want to figure out, maybe you threw a 1 on the first cube, a 2 on the second. 1 plus 2 is 3. All the way to the top, all the way to the left. Again, all the way to the top. Maybe you rolled a 1 and a 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. Maybe you rolled a 1 and a 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. Maybe you rolled a 1 and a 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. Maybe you rolled a 1 and a 6. 1 plus 6 is 7. All right, so now we're going to figure out our second column here. Again, you go all the way to the top, all the way to the left. So this next sum would be if you rolled a 2 on one of the cubes, all the way to the left, and 1 on the other. 2 plus 1 is 3. All the way to the top, all the way to the left. If you rolled a 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 plus 4 is 6. 2 plus 5 is 7. 2 plus 6 is 8. Hopefully you're seeing a pattern. Now you would roll a 3 and a 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. All the way to the top, all the way to the left. 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 4 is 7. Hopefully you see a pattern. 3 plus 5 is 8, and so on. 3 plus 6 is 9. Filling in the next column. 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 3 is 7. 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 6 is 10. 5 plus 1 is 6. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 4 is 9. 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 6 is 11. 6 plus 1 is 7. 6 plus 2 is 8. 6 plus 3 is 9. 6 plus 4 is 10. 6 plus 5 is 11. 6 plus 6 is 12. Whew! Here is all of our outcomes. Those are your outcomes. These top and left were the input. And now we've compiled all the possible sums when we roll 2 cubes. So, what's the probability the sum will be 4? So we care about the part that gives us a 4 out of the total possible outcomes. So we look at all these possible outcomes. How many possible outcomes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. If you roll 2 die, there's a possible of 36 total outcomes. 6 possible outcomes on the first die. 6 possible outcomes on the second die. 6 times 6 is 36. Okay, and what part of those outcomes have a sum of 4? Well, you just look in the chart. There's 1, 2, 3 outcomes that have a sum of 4. So those 3 outcomes are the part out of the total of 36. Now I'm going to simplify this. What can I divide numerator and denominator by? What goes nicely into both 3 and 36? Oh, 3 does. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 36 divided by 3 is 12. So that solution would be 1/12, or that probability would be 1/12. How many have a sum of 4? 3 will have a sum of 4. What's the total outcomes? Total outcomes are 36. Dividing top and bottom by 3 is 1 out of 12. All right, let's move on. Next one says, Ingrid used the coordinate grid below to plot her rectangular garden. So once we actually draw the garden, it better be a rectangle. They show you a beautiful grid. They show you that each square will be 1 square unit. A corner of the garden is at 3,2. All right, that corner is at 3,2. And the opposite corner is at 8,6. Sure. So those are opposite corners. In square units, what's the area of Ingrid's garden? Well, first I better draw in this rectangular garden. Hopefully you can see how to draw a rectangle. If you're given opposite corners, what you should physically do is just draw in your rectangle. And then I want to know the area. How many square units fill up the figure? Well, you know we could always do area equals length times width. So we would say, gosh, what's this length? Then we would say, what's this width? Well, the length would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Length times width or base times height. What's the width? 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So our area would be 5 times 4. 5 times 4. What's 5 times 4? That's 20 units squared. And area means how many squares fill up the figure. So let's just check that there's really 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, yep, it'll take 20 squares to fill up that figure. So 20 square units is the correct answer. Hopefully that helped on that one. Let's move on. Let's check 14. Let's go ahead and solve this. Negative 10 is greater than negative 4x plus 2. So you're going to want to take a minute and write that down. You all love to call it ladder. I just call it solving this inequality. So when I go to the side with the x, first thing I want to do is move all my constants, all my numbers without x's attached to one side. Want to undo this addition. Always undo your addition or subtraction first. So I'm going to undo this addition. What's the opposite of plus 2? Well, I'm going to subtract 2. I'm going to subtract 2 on the right-hand side of an inequality. I'm going to subtract 2 on the left-hand side of that inequality. And negative 10 minus 2, signs are the same. Find the sum, keep the sign. Negative 10, you lost $10 to me. You lost 2 more, you're down $12. So negative 12 is greater than, and on the right-hand side, we still have negative 4x. To get x all by itself, we need to undo this multiplication. That's negative 4 times x. The opposite of multiplication is division, so I'm going to divide by whatever the coefficient of x is. Whatever's right in front of x. So I'm going to divide this side by 4. If I divide the right-hand side by 4, I had also better divide the left-hand side by 4. So we have x. When I divide by a negative, multiplying or dividing by a negative reverses the inequality symbol. Okay, so if x is on this side, it's still on this side. I reverse my inequality symbol. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So this says 3 is less than x. But all of these solutions have the x written first. So we need to rewrite this with the x written first. So we have to think to ourselves, what is the inequality symbol open towards? Oh, it's open towards the x. What is the inequality symbol stabbing? Oh, it's stabbing the 3. It's still stabbing the 3. So we have x is greater than 3 as our solution for this. I hope that helps on that problem. Now let's go ahead and go over number 17. I think this is the last one that you needed support with. It said Gina is painting the rectangular tool chest shown in the diagram below. And I give you the dimensions. The length is 24, the height is 12, the width is 10. If Gina paints only the outside of the tool chest, what is the total surface area? in square inches she will paint. All right. We worked on surface area this year. It means the area of each surface. So I'm going to start by finding the area of the front of this tool chest. So I'm going to outline the area of the front. Area of your front, base times height, or length times width. And you know the area of the back of your tool chest has to match the area of the front. If you have a rectangle on the front of a box, the rectangle on the back of the box that we can't see, there's going to be a rectangle back here in the back of the box that you just can't see from the front view, but that back rectangle better match the front rectangle, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and find the area of the front of this box, and I know the area on the back will match. So I got to say, what's the dimensions on the front? All right, well, if this back here is 24, it's still 24 here, it's still 24 here. And then here, what's this height here? Well, if it's 12 back here, still 12 here, still 12 here. So you have 24 times 12 for the area of the front. 12 times 12 is 144, so 12 times 24 better be 288. And what will the area of the back be? Well, the back had better match, so the area of the back will also be 288 square inches. All right, let's find the area of the two sides. And if I know the area of one side of the box, the area of the other side of the box had better match. So I'm just gonna, oops, sorry about that. My bad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and erase what I've written so far, because now I wanna focus in on the side of the box. So if I look at this side of the box, I'm just gonna box in this side. If I figure out the area, ooh, that's ugly. If I figure out the area of this side, I know there's a side to the box over here that we can't see, but it has to match. The two sides have to match. So if I look at the dimensions of this side of the box, I can hopefully clearly see this will be 10 by 12. So that will be 10 times 12. And what's 10 times 12? 120 square inches. And if this side of the box is 10 times 12 is 120, the area on this side of the box will also be 120 square inches, or inches squared. Alrighty, let's erase again everything I've drawn. So we have the front, the back, we have both sides. We must need the top and bottom. So I must now have to find the area of the top of the box and the area of the bottom of the box. Again, you can't physically see it, but the area on the bottom of the box has to match the area up here on the top of the box. So let's find those areas. The area of the top of the box will be length times width. And so if I look here, my length is 24. Then I have to say, what is the width of the top? So it's 24 times, well, this dimension here is 10. Even when I drag it way up top, that's still 10 inches. So it's 24 times 10, or 240 inches squared will it take to fill up the inside of that top of the box. All right, if we're going to paint it, and the bottom of the box better match. So if I'm painting the bottom of the box, that too has to be 240 square inches. And you know now to find surface area, we have to add up the areas of each surface. So I'm going to add all these areas together. Oh gosh, Freddie. Hopefully my video doesn't run out. So we have to do 288 plus 288 plus 120 plus 120 plus 240 plus 240. We're going to add those up. That'll give us our surface area. 8 and 8 is 16. Put down a 6, carry a 1. 8 and 8 is 16, and 1 more is 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, and 4 more is 25, and 4 more is 29. Put down a 9, carry a 2. 2 and 2 is 4, and 2 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1296! 1,296 square inches. I hope that helped.